Welcome to Bro Talks, where we'll be discussing the reality of life, childhood traumas, adulthood, business, sports, entertainment of an average person.
We will be bringing you different mouth-watering episodes on these casual talks, where we'll be sharing the experiences and views of an average person.
Stay with us on Bro Talks with Sam and Ben.
Hi everyone, welcome to Bro Talk with Sam and
Ben.
Yes, welcome to another wonderful episode that we'll be having today. We'll be talking about a very, very, very interesting topic. But before that, you know what we do, you know how we do it. We reminisce on our last topic.
Exactly. We would like to just say one or two about our last topic, which was
Wrong norms.
And it was interesting, it was fun, it was nice that we spoke about so many things. You can as well you can go back and listen to some of our topics. In fact, you can actually listen to all our topics if you follow us on our YouTube page. You understand? So
also on Spotify.
Exactly. That's our YouTube page is Bro Talk at 2023, right? You see the icon.
Yeah, Bro Talk 2023 at gmail.com.
That's the mail.
Then Spotify, just search Bro Talk.
Exactly.
Then our logo has the Sam and Ben with the mic on it.
Yeah, you see two caps.
Yes.
Not the Emilio cap. Let me just clarify that. You see two caps and a mic, and you see the logo of Sam and Ben there. So you can as well listen to, because the last topic, because I got some messages as well. They still people want us to like expand more and expatiate on our topics.
Yeah.
Most time, but
we have limited time and space.
We want to keep it short.
Yes. We don't want to bore you too much with our conversations and
exactly.
all. And you know, one thing that interests me most was a review I got last week on the wrong norms.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lady, and I really, really enjoyed the fact that she always listens to our podcast. I mean, wherever you are, my respects to you.
Shout out to all our listeners.
Yes, to all our listeners. And she's always giving me feedback.
Yeah.
She told me one time, she said, then when they were little, once they spank you in the community and you do something wrong, you dare not, you'll be begging them, please beat me.
Exactly.
Don't let my mommy hear. You
exactly,
get?
Yeah.
But today it's a different thing. It's a different total
world.
Different thing.
It's a different world.
I think what we said last week is a little bit intertwined.
It's interwoven. It's connected to today's topic, right?
Yes.
It's connected.
You know, before we delve into it, as usually say,
you brought out this delve topic again. This delve issue. Before we delve into the topic of today, you know, it's connected. It's connected because, you know, we are talking. We'll be dissecting some stuff today about what is expected
from young boys,
from young guys.
Yes,
from young guys. What is expected from them? The burden and how they cope with it. How so much is expected from them, and they have little to offer.
Yes.
You understand? So from the norms, we are delving into today's topic of
expectations.
Exactly.
We're still going to drop the topic itself. Like,
exactly, we'll drop the topic.
The title of the topic itself.
And the most interesting thing today is we also have we'll be connecting with somebody I so much respect. Yes. Someone I respect so much. Mm-hmm. He's been someone that's gone through a lot as well. He has so many experiences to share. You understand? So he's somebody that can share his life experience about what he has seen. Like, yes. You understand about expectation being given, burden being given to a young guy, especially upcoming guy. you have so much expected from you, and what the tools you have and what you can give is so little. You understand? So we'll actually introduce our guests when we come back from the break, right? So Sam.
So basically, it's a very. I know him. I mean, I've known him for a very long time.
Yeah, very long time.
He's a very, very respected person, and it's someone I think is going to do justice to this topic.
Exactly, it's going to do.
So Ben, can you introduce us to the topic today?
Well,
you have to introduce us to the topic today because
are you really?
Yes, I'm pushing it to you that you should introduce us to the topic because we want to hear it directly from you so that you can
so that I can
delve into it.
so that I can actually delve into it. Yeah. Today's podcast topic is actually breaking boundaries, navigating boyhood in a changing world. Navigating boyhood in a changing world. Underline the breaking boundaries. It is not. We have so many brands. As a Nigerian, immediately you start your wah in Nigeria. That's a boundary.
That's a boundary.
That's a boundary. That's a boundary. So we have so many things to talk about, but as usual, we'll also keep the podcast time friendly as well.
Yes, we're going to keep it short and
Exactly.
time friendly. So we might have to go on a break now, but before we go, you know how we do our things.
Yes,
We want to make a shout out to our sponsors and all. And also, please, we really, really love your feedbacks a lot.
We've been getting feedbacks, and this is the encouragement we are hoping and we are getting. You guys are encouraging us. The feedbacks are like motivation to us. It motivates us to do more and to give more. We love your comments. We love your criticism. We love your praises
and
as
your
well.
Advice.
Your advice as well. So we also want to keep hearing from you, and you can reach us on
BroTalk 2023 at
gmail.com. That's our Gmail account.
If you want to be on the podcast, we have so many topics in ground. You just come.
I can guarantee you. We have Sam. I can guarantee you we have topics that will last.
If you want to say, if you have a personal experience on any topic, you can reach out to us. We'll definitely hear your ideas. We'll bring it out. If you want to be anonymous, we don't mind.
Exactly. And if you want to go back to the previous topic and share your own experience as well, like you have something more to give, you can as well open up to us and send us a mail.
Yeah,
we are always open 247. Send us a mail anytime, any day.
Yes,
we'll
definitely respond to you.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we'll be going on a break now before we delve right into.
Okay. All right.
Is that how you say it?
All right.
Then tell us how do you say it before we delve right into the topic.
Keep listening to Bro Talk with Sam and
Ben. Okay, now we'll see you after the break.
Hello guys, this is Director OSI coming all the way from the USA, Texas, baby. You're listening to Bro Talks by Sam and Ben. Tune in, listen in, enjoy the conversation. Let's get going.
Hi everyone, this is Monisola of Words and More. Please keep listening to Bro Talks with Sam and Ben. Thank you.
Hello, welcome guys. We are back from the short break, and it's still Bro Talk with Sam and okay, Sam. We already have our guest in the studio. We have our guest in the studio already. We have Mr. Akinyemi Oluwabukunmi, the CEO JB Cargo and Logistics Services, with us in the studio. We are so happy to have Mr. John.
Yeah, we're so happy to have Mr. John with us right now. And he's going to be dissecting, and as we delve into the topic, and we really, really wanted to share his experience the boy child issues and all. So let's go back to the topic.
Exactly. The topic we have today, we have breaking boundaries and navigating boyhood in a changing world. Like,
Yeah, like so Mr. Bukumi, can you hear us?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, sure, we can hear you clearly. So
All right.
my first question is what um
we would also like you, Mr. Bukome. Nice having you here. We would first like you to just introduce yourself to the podcast. Let's people know
yeah,
you.
let people know you better.
Let people know more, like a little bit about you, and tell us something about Mr. John, like I used to call him.
Okay. Good evening, guys. Good evening, listeners. Good evening, everyone listening to us. Um, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm glad to be one of the guests on this show today. I've I just been look forward to be one of the guests one of these days, and I'm happy. Today is the day. Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you, Mr. Bukome. Welcome back again. There's a little bit of a technical glitch there. So,
All right.
like we were saying earlier, we would like to know more about CEO JB Cargo and Logistics Services. Can you just kindly tell us more about yourself? Tell us about
All,
yourself.
all right. Like I said earlier on, I'm Akinyemi Oluwabukunmi. I'm the CEO of JB Cargo Export and Logistics. We are mainly into cargo exportation. Like we have we export foodstuffs, we export clothing materials, whatever items you have to send out of the country to whatever destination, be it US, Canada, UK, and any part of the world. So we will do that, and we can be a shop plug. So I'm happy to be on the show today, and we'll be diving into a lot of issues that concerns the boy child.
Yeah. That's the spirit. That's the
We've
spirit.
been infected with the devil like Ben.
We
Yeah,
dive, you know how to do it. We dive into, we dissect the issues,
So
we
let's get
dissect into the
straight into
issues.
it. Let's get straight into it without further ado. So Mr. John, can you please you prefer I address you as Mr. John, right?
Anyone, they are all my name, and
Okay.
I'm proud of
Can you
anyone.
can you please explain to us, like, can you give us your own personal experiences about the societal expectancy of the boy child, like a boy, like not the boy child, like per se, like when he becomes a boy, I mean,
Going into a man.
You know,
growing,
You
like
yeah.
understand?
like what are the challenges that these boys face? I mean, what do you think they face? Like, give us your experience, talk to us about it.
Like we talk about,
Wow.
we talk about the black tax and everything, like what is being expected, like little is being given to the child and much is being expected, which involves
Because if you listen to our last podcast, we talked about the wrong norms, and lately we see that sometimes it's not even the fault of this
exactly
Kids.
not the fault of the kids,
because they
Exactly.
want them to earn at a young age. So we don't want to be the one talking about those things. We want you to
Exactly.
share your experience with us,
Exactly.
and while you share experience with us, please delve into it, go deeper for it, and also give us you think the possible solutions that we can have or we can do to evade or to avoid
Okay.
these things.
Okay. Before I start diving into the whole issues and dissecting about it, there is a favorite song of mine by I think Tiwa Savage. I said, if I start to talk, if I start to talk,
if I start to talk
God, my brother, a lot,
No go end,
a
oh.
you know
lot.
go ahead though.
Because I'm looking at the angle where to take it from. Because
My brother,
as
take it
a
from any
My
boy,
brother,
angle.
take it from the
as
angle
as
that
as a boy, as a someone that has born into this world as a boy, you understand? It's like you are born into a war zone, you are born into a battlefield as a boy. You
like
understand?
seriously.
This world itself is when we are growing up, our parents would sit us down that Ogulaye, This world is a war itself. And we live into this life day in, day out. Like we are fighting a war, we are on a battlefield. So being a boy child alone is like you are calling to the like you are calling as a gladiator on the
Now, wow.
field.
Hey.
You are called as a gladiator. It's a calling on his own. A boy child is a calling because you keep on fighting. It's true.
A lot of calling.
It's a lot of calling. You keep on fighting from the when you are born to when you are or come up of age of knowing your left, your right. Then you are now born. You are knowing your left or right, and you are now scheduled with knowing your responsibility as a boy, what is expected of you, as a boy. And it gets more crazier, especially when you are a boy and you are the firstborn of your family.
Wow.
It's like it's like you are the emperor. You are the emperor on the front of the wall. So you are like Jet Li, the emperor in front. So you have to fight the battle. So this life itself is a battle. So you born as a child, a lot is expected of the Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yeah, with you. We are with you.
All right. This country itself it has given a society whereby we have built a society whereby the responsibility, you understand, is scheduled on the male child. You understand?
Exactly, Mr. John. I said something in our introduction. I said something in the introduction. I said you being born in Nigeria as a male child, you are losing one already. Like before the match.
Yeah, it's like you are handicap one. Handicap. You're already on handicap one.
Like the tax is already.
So you're not the firstborn. If you're not the firstborn, that's handicap 2.
Now wow. -2.
Mr. John.
Yeah.
I think yes, you. In fact, it's not easy to be born to be a boy, but the society expectance, like family expectance, like run us through those things that these boys go through in their family, in the society, that is pushing them out to run a race that is, that they're not supposed to run at this point. Imagine a 15-year-old boy that is working to make money to feed the family. Run us through these things. Like
Yeah.
Before you do that, Sam, you could remember the story that burst out. Was it some days ago, right? Mr. John, you're with us, right?
Me too.
The EFCC chairman, that is Mr. Oluwabukunmi, that narrated the story of a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah, 7-year-old boy that got him dumbfounded with his IT skill.
Exactly. Imagine
in a negative way. That's in a negative way.
Exactly. Do you know what the EFCC chairman said? He said the guy has a younger brother that is sending to school. He's sending himself to school. He's taking care of his responsibility, and he has his parents, and he's taking care of his at 17. Who does that?
Yeah. I think what I can say about that is, number one, the society will find out. So don't let us forget don't let us forget the basis of this thing. When we are in as a male child, you understand, you grew up in an environment whereby nothing is coming up, no expectation like hope, no expectation of hope of tomorrow, no expectation of how tomorrow is going to be, of a brighter future ahead. You understand? It's like looking in front of you, everywhere is dark and there's no light at the end of the tunnel for you. So if as a boy child, you have to come up to that responsibility of, okay, if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, let me look for the light and put it there for myself.
In the aspect of looking for the
that is why sorry to cut you short. That is why most of the male child that we have today, they don't mind going to so many things. Only few that are brought up. It now depends on the kind of family you are also brought up. You understand? Some are brought up in a family whereby they don't have enough. They are not born with a silver spoon, but there is discipline, there is fear of God instilled in the child from the tender age. You understand?
Yeah. I mark that word. I mark the fear of God. I marked it. I know. No matter how hard it is, no matter how hard it can become, if you still have that discipline, that self-discipline, and the fear of God, I think one will still be what can I call it?
Be in line with
Exactly.
the normal, like the necessary thing that's supposed to be, because these things I feel like they are normal. I mean, yeah, we're listening to you, Mr. John. Please, you can just. I mean, I want to really enjoy your own story. Like,
Exactly. Want to hear from your own perspective, Mr. John.
so it's basically that these things happen, and we have to manage it in the society. Like, look at that EFCC issue that you talked
Exactly.
about.
If you could take it like a 17-year-old guy that is already going through that. That's the experience of just one person. Just one person. That's the experience of just one person. Have you seen so many more? Have you seen so many more people? Thank you, Mr. John. We would like to hear from you, like from your own
So
angle. Yeah.
okay,
Let's
all right.
enjoy.
Like I'm trying to say, there's a whole lot that the society has allowed, and has permitted a boy child to go haywire in the just looking for how to survive in life. You understand? For instance, like in Nigeria, we found ourselves most of these our governments, or plus they have or NGOs. You understand? They focus more on girl child because they believe that, okay, it's only the girl child that goes through abuse. It's only the girl child that goes through hardship in life. You understand? They have to get education. They have to go have a freedom of speech or do things, but they neglect the place of the boy child.
Wow. That's a
They
very
neg-
key one. That's
they
a very
neglect
key one.
because they do say that you train a girl child, you train a nation. But what of the boy child? The boy child itself is the head of the nation,
The boy
because
child.
your nation starts from your immediate family, and as the head of the immediate family, you are a head of the nation yourself.
Wow.
So if you feel, and in a society, the society has failed in catering for the catering for a boy child, looking for, okay, how a boy child can be seen in an insane world. You understand?
How a
So
boy child can be saying in an insane world. We are enjoying you. We are enjoying you.
so definitely a whole lot is going to be going to be wrong. It's going to be wrong. So now, for instance, when our
Yeah, this very interesting. This is a very interesting topic, and we are really enjoying Mr. Oluwabukunmi on this topic. And I believe he has so many insights to still give us about the topic, and I know we will still talk more on what he really wants to say, because he spoke about being the head of the nation. Now, if we focus more on the female child, he's right. Mr. John is right. He said, to be sincere, the focus is more, the NGO and everything is more on the female child. It's like we male child, we are the male child at a
you have been
disadvantage.
sidelined.
Exactly. So we are with you. We are with you, sir.
All right. As I was saying, when I was in NYC, National State, I came across, I worked with an NGO then, and the NGO, they focused on girl child. That's their field. They focused on girl child education. But in the course of carrying out our sensitization exercise in most of those communities in the north, then we find out that even the male child are being neglected. And in the course of this neglection, they went into a whole lot of things that are uncalled for, a whole lot of things that you can't mention it outside. And like, like for instance, where I served in the north, a boy will woke up in the morning and go to the gutter and start cleaning it. You understand? A boy child will wake up in the morning.
Is that a source of inspiration or what?
I don't know. A boy child will wake up in the morning and open the sock away and be sniffing it.
Wow.
So that has been the result of the dent the environment has given on the boy child. Number one, those dents can come out as a result of too much of responsibility expectation from them. You're expecting a boy child that is yet to know how to feed himself for 3 square meals to start catering for his family or catering for a father, a mother, and other siblings. How is he going to do that in
It's
an
going to crash.
economy that is not
In an economy that is not
Even a guy that is just 15, oh, his girlfriend is expected to bill him.
you go bill now.
Like
Go bill.
I mean,
Do you imagine?
we have okay. Imagine I'm okay. Let me bring the age. Imagine I'm 17 and you are 16 as my girlfriend. We are both jobless, but you're expecting me to be the one to.
Sam, let's not put it in. Let's not put it in 17. Let's say
even
19.
15. Bro, 19 is too much. Do you know that? I want to tell you something. Go to majority of the secondary schools that we have today, even primary schools. Okay, now we talked about. I've had some podcasts that talked about courtism, for instance. Now, do you know that courtism even starts from primary schools now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, those
That's so-
primary courtism that start from primary school, you know that most of those effects of those things have come from a bad society, environmental or family upbringing, and it is the male child that is spearheading most of those things.
Hmm.
And it's because one of the reasons is that a boy child that is not yet that is
That is
not
not formed.
yet
It's not yet
uh,
formed. It's not on his
formed in his own senses. You understand?
Exactly.
Doesn't yet form his own senses, has been scheduled with responsibility of being of a father. When a boy is being given the responsibility of a father at a tender age, so definitely if somebody that is a courtist come to him and just lure him with so
Try
many
to
things,
negotiate
maybe
him.
gift,
Yeah.
money, and all those things, you know, when you don't have a mind of your own, you definitely go into such things. Aside from courtism, you go into gay and homosexualities. You understand? Because number one, because of effect
Imagine
of bad
our
society.
girl child, our male child now. They are now even shifting. They are shifting post now. They are turning to female because now female they enjoy now. Now female they enjoy.
Don't let us make it a gender war. It's actually
So
not a gender war. Like, I mean, let's
there's
just
a whole
focus
lot
on
there's a
boys.
whole lot that needs to be done. There's a whole lot of things that need to be done because if the environment, if the society, our government, parastatals, our NGOs.
So, Mr. Bukumi, it's really. I mean, I'm enjoying this. I mean, this is a whole lot to talk about.
Exactly.
I know Mr. Bukumi is really giving us a big insight to these issues of the boy child. But can you please, in about like extra few minutes, can you tell us more of the things boys suffer aside, trying to be a breadwinner at a very young age? What other things do they suffer? And afterwards, in roughly a few minutes, because we don't want to prolong the whole thing.
Exactly.
We know if we want to talk about this, it takes a lot of time. I mean,
talk about
now you give us
solutions.
solutions.
You talk about
Yes.
the NGO as well. So
Give us more things that this like young boys go through, young male child go through, and how we can help, the society, because that's the essence of this podcast most times.
Exactly.
Is to bring out, is to get the problems and see if we can provide a few solutions, and ask our audience for more solutions. You get. So we're listening to you, please.
All right, thank you. And I'm enjoying you guys tonight, and I'm really glad that we are able to dive into this situation, this matter, because it's very, very serious matter. Now,
Yeah.
talking about other problems that a boy child goes through, I will still say that the majority of those problems that a boy child goes through is responsibilities at the tender age. And those responsibilities at the tender age, you see that lack of money is involved, poverty poverty mentality. Maybe the parents are not well to do. You understand? Then the boy child will be settled to just go out and find means of living for himself and for the family. You understand? And also that is another set.
That's another set of another setup on its own entirely. Like there's this adage, this Yoruba adage that says tí òkété bá dàgbà ọmọ ẹ̀ ló máa mu, àbí how do they say it? Like it's just basically saying when the parents gets old, they tend to rely on the kids. But what we are trying to say is not them not expecting or even being the affection they've shown from the kid right from age 0 to being an adult not being reciprocated to them. But what we are trying to say is at least the burden shouldn't be shifted on them at a very early age. When you give them the responsibility, you give a boy a responsibility of a man, you are definitely going to sink the boy one way or the other. Is either you kill him with the responsibility, or it turns away and it turns into something else. Sam. So like
No, Mr. John, you can, you have.
Yeah, I'm listing out the problems. Now
Okay.
I'm still going to the solution. So that responsibility is one problem. Number one of the problem. And then number two problem that a boy child goes through in the society is sexual abuse.
which is not being spoken of. It's not being spoken of enough.
It's not spoken of. You are in a society whereby if a boy child, understand, maybe in a one way or the other mishandled a girl, maybe by holding the girl in a wrong position, in the wrong places, they will class it as sexual harassment.
Yeah.
But if a girl could hold a boy in the wrong place, part of the body, nobody sees it as something wrong. Even the boy child that the society have built the boy child not even see anything wrong in that he's even been abused.
Of course.
You understand? So sexual abuse, there's so many people don't even believe that a man or a boy can be raped.
Can be abused. Yes.
Can be raped. Yes. They only tag the word rape to the females, which is not so. The word rape is not a gender word.
Yes.
Imagine no. It is like I think that's more or less like an emotional. But imagine
emotional damage. Emotional damage.
Like how would you say? No, it's unsayable. It's unsayable.
Nobody's going to believe you, but this thing is real.
Yeah,
nobody's going to believe, but it's real.
I'm not neglecting the fact that they are real, but I'm just saying that most times we are not allowed, as a boy, you're not allowed to say, because if you say and the girl says you did it, you can still be in trouble.
You're still going to be in trouble because that is the mentality the society has built. Yeah. You understand? Because the society is already in a wrong place. The society is a wrong place already. You understand? So they have made anything that is wrong seems to be right.
Yeah.
You understand? So a boy child himself, understand, when sexually abused, you understand, there are ways that can be treated. But in the first place can the boy child also identify when he is being abused?
That is the key word. Can he even identify? No, this is an insight.
Are you giving us a solution now? You still want to listen to problems?
There's a solution to that, definitely. But I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that.
All the problems.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. That.
I want to say
I'm doing that. That's just number 2. Then number 3 is drugs. Drugs abuse. There are so many guys, so many boys, understand, that you see today that you are at a tender age, but looking at them at that tender age, you can already conclude that these ones they are finished. Like you are only like oh boy, can these ones be resuscitated again? Can they be for these ones?
Exactly.
You understand? Because and I want you to know something, that sometimes as a boy, as a man, or as a boy, you understand, that's being settled with responsibilities, it can push you to do some certain things that you don't intentionally want to do, but because you are being held at a tight corner, you understand, you are in a dilemma of is either I do this or nothing happens. You just find yourself going to it.
Yeah, I think you're very very right about this whole thing.
You
So
understand?
are we? I mean,
Then I'm still
we're
going.
coming to
So I have like five. I think that's number three,
okay.
right? That's number three. Then
Mm-hmm.
number four is homosexualism.
Mm.
That is gay. I don't know if a boy, maybe a man as a man, maybe they do buy you. Do they do buy? But what I know is gay.
I don't think so.
I think
I don't think a man
I
is
think that
bisexual. I mean, they're either a gay, they are gay, they are gay.
men are
I think men do buy too
yeah,
now.
men are
Men and
bisexual.
female.
I've
There are some that do men
yeah,
and
yeah.
female.
I've heard of stories of men that got married and are still having sexual intercourse with a man. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
I
So those are bi.
Hmm.
So
yeah,
those are
That's
homosexuality.
me actually.
yeah, yeah. So it's really running deep. Like it's in fact the odds are not really in favor of most of the time the boy child, right, Sam? It's not really in favor of the boy
Yes,
child.
yes.
So we
Oh,
all these things that we are, yeah, you still have one more to go, right, Sam?
yeah. What I want to say is concerning this homosexuality. I already have a personal experience on this
Wow.
myself.
Please share,
Yes,
please share.
I remember in 2007, 2016, when I was working in the bank in Lagos. So I went out just to meet up with one of my clients, and quite unfortunately to me, I didn't even know that he's even a gay. You
Eh?
understand? So the
Eh?
guy was just talking to me like, okay, don't worry. He promised me to open an account with millions to fund it and even have a business account with me. I was happy that thank God, though, I've gotten a customer that will, after a whole long time. You understand? We started talking. Then before you know it, he started touching me like, just that I don't like girls.
That's
I
me.
don't, that kind of things. So, and you see these people, you never. These are people that you don't even expect this kind of things from. As
Yeah.
a man that looks young, with a bright future ahead of him, responsible, going to those kind of things. You know that these ones, they are just they call them getting to involve as a result of misplaced priorities. Maybe something led them to it. They don't want to do it, but something led them to. But they are stuck.
Wow.
They are stuck in those things. You understand?
Wow,
So
Mr. John, we are actually running out of time.
okay,
I
let
want
me go into
to
the last one. Let me
exactly.
go into the last one. Sorry, the last on my list is how do I put it? I've forgotten. I forgot. No, I forgot. I
So
actually listed them out. But,
exactly, but what
can we go ahead?
Yeah.
you've actually given us like
What boys go
what
through.
boys go
Now
through.
give
So
us a few
can you give us
solutions.
some few
I mean,
solutions?
just the short while.
Like
Now,
I'm really interested
in a short while,
in
the
the
solution,
NGO stuff. Like
the solution, the solution that number one, they say charity begins at home.
Good.
Charity begins at home. So in this one of the solutions that number one, we should, if we can just have everyone goes from a family. You don't
yeah,
just come into this world as a boy without having a father or a mother, or growing up with somebody that
that stands as
that
a father figure. Yeah,
figure to you. You understand? So now, if we can just have a sane kind of family that has the fear of God in them, that we're able to bring up the child, especially the boy child, to let the boy child know that there's a law that is expected of him in this world, and now train up that child with the fear of God. You understand? Knowing fully that, making him know that the environment that he finds himself is insane, but you can make a difference yourself. Now training that boy with disciplines, training that boy with the fear of God, training that boy with sense of responsibilities. You understand? That will have a future effect on the growth on the child. Because by tomorrow, by the time the child grows with from that kind of disciplined lifestyle, and he grow up to be a man on his own, or grow to be independent on his own, those disciplines that he has received from young age will be those that will be the ones that will be speaking for him when he is independent on his own. For instance, the kind of discipline I grew up with my grandparents, you understand, it got to a point I felt like running away from home, you understand, because of the kind of discipline. It was like a military zone.
Wow.
But look at me today. When I started having to be in my own, maybe when I got to school, I was independent of my own. Those disciplines I started working out and putting me on the right path. That if I
Yeah. You talk about discipline. Yeah, we understand.
See, almost we're having almost the same.
The same. It boils down to almost the same.
Everything.
Everything starts from that unit, the smallest
Say
unit.
something before Mr. John. I was going to say, when parents, I don't say now in quotes, I'm not saying we don't owe our parents anything, but I'm saying some parents put pressure on their children. So, look at your mates. Is that not your mate buying his mom a phone? Is that not your mate buying his mom this? Is that your mate buying his mom that? I mean, it puts pressure on these young boys and force them to go out to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one of the things. Let the parents themselves, let them draw the boy child. Let them embrace him and say, "Come, you're as important as the girl child.
Exactly.
What do you want? How can I be there for you?" I mean, as in the society, just assume that.
You know, Sam, do you know one thing? One thing I will say is, if we keep blaming the parents, I understand the angle you are coming from. I don't think that maybe I want to play the devil's advocate here. If you keep blaming the parents, we keep on saying that the boy child should have been a man to stand on both feet. Imagine the parents themselves; they are not even standing on both feet. They are standing on. They are using crutches.
See, the thing is this: I'm not born with a silver spoon. Let your children understand contentment. You understand? If they understand that, let's be contented with what you have. You can aspire for bigger things, but don't do it in a way that you cannot say it outside. And be proud that, yes, this is what I am doing to be a bigger person. You understand? So, in context, it has to be on both ends of the parents. Let your boy child, be as important as your girl child. No child is more superior than the other. Let us just do that first.
So the pressure should be.
It should not be on any of them. Like,
no pressure.
Don't pressure yourself. You see, when you make it, you make it. You understand? It doesn't mean you should be lazy. Let the parent know that I cannot be around for a while. I can't be here forever, but I've lived my life. Try to be yourself, or try to make your own self proud before you now say, you want to make mama proud. Because now you said, I want to make mama proud.
You saw the picture, like the video that trended on Twitter some days ago, that those two boys came into the church and started spraying.
They want to
yes.
Started spraying money in the church.
On the prophet, on the pastor, on the prophet.
Yeah.
Exactly. Imagine that's a show. We are glad to have you back, Mr. John. Can you just round up on your solutions?
All right. So on the solution, aside from discipline from the parent, parents who also has a responsibility of the Yoruba said in the Yoruba adage said taban you understand? I don't know how to put that in English until a child can handle the O. He's bold enough to handle the O. Then you can now hand over the whole to the child. You understand? So the parents also try and ease the way they mount pressures on boy child. We know their responsibility. The child is born into the world of responsibility, but let them take it a step at a time for the child, so that it will not be in a rush. You understand? To start catering for responsibility that is bigger than his age.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And another thing, lastly, is the environment, our government, our NGOs.
Yeah,
I
wanted to
ask
you about that. Yeah.
Our NGOs should try as much as possible to prioritize the boy child welfare too. The boy child also needs to be sensitized. The boy child also needs to be catered for. The boy child also needs to be guided, to be protected from abuses in all ways. You understand? So there's a lot that our government cannot do. Although there are some NGOs that are into that already, but they are not as outspoken like those of the, because if they are, you understand, look at for instance, this every year we celebrate Mother's
Yeah, every year we celebrate Mother's Day.
I mean, we can celebrate like 10 Mother's Day.
In fact, you know how many Mother's Day that we normally celebrate?
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
It's good to celebrate our mom.
Yeah.
But let them celebrate the boy too. The guy, Happy Father's Day is just once in a year.
Exactly.
It's just the way that I think this whole thing starts from you and I. You get so. I mean, it's good to have Mr. John on the show. To be honest,
It's been
a hell of a
insightful.
time.
It's been insightful, and
Thank you.
I
Appreciate.
one of these days, Mr. John, will actually want to have you in the studio proper. To really dissect
It will be my pleasure.
some topics.
I mean, I'm thinking of something. Okay, I think one would have the female child and the male child, and I think you should represent us.
Yeah, because you've spoken. You are
Exactly.
you are not like an advocate now for the male.
No problem. See, when I was working with the NGO in Abuja, then you understand, it has been something like there's been a pin on me that okay, we'll just do how to go and sensitize the girl child. I was see the girl child doing so many things, and I'll be like, who is going to cater for? It has been on my pins that I should just see an NGO. I've yet to see one NGO that is focused on the boy child. Though. I'm yet to see, but I know that there will be, but they are not as much as girl child. So
thank you very much, Mr. John.
we can start it together anyway. We can start it together.
All right. All right.
Yes.
Because you are the
We will start from primary school. We start from primary school. We start from our churches. We start from our mosque.
Most of this thing starts from you and I.
Exactly. The change starts from you and I.
It's
Exactly.
good to really have you, Mr. John. I mean,
Thank you. I appreciate.
We've come to today's podcast, and I really enjoyed the topic.
Exactly.
I mean,
It's been before we let Mr. John go, can you just you tell us about? You've already spoken about your what you do as an importer and exporter, and you can just give us your contact number for our listeners that wants to.
All right. Thank you, Brigados. Yeah, for your information, we are into export services and importation services. We are and also into logistics like your auto. You want to buy car, you want to sell your car, understand Nigerian used cars or Tokumbo cars. We do that for you. And you're also into any legit business. Please, any legit business. Because in this country that we are now, you have to diversify into so many things.
Exactly.
So that is one of the responsibilities as a man too.
All right.
So
your contact
contact number, yes, you can contact us on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Twitter. You understand? On our contact number is 0816 24 76 452. 0816 24 76 452. You can contact us by call, text, or WhatsApp. You understand? Or 070 84 39 4809. 070 84 39 4809. And you can follow us on Twitter at JB Autos, or you can also follow us on my personal Twitter handle is Johnny Femi. Johnny as JOHNNY Femi FEMMI01. Thank you.
Thank you very
for
much
having
for
us.
being in the studio. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Mr. Ben, Mr. Sam.
Thank you so much. Really did justice to the topic. I'm sure we'll still have you one more time. We'll still definitely have you.
Sure.
So thank you. So thank you to all our listeners, and please don't forget, if you have any questions, reach out to us on brotalk2023@gmail.com. If you want to talk to our guests, you want to ask our guests any questions, they are available for questions on the boy chat, because I'm sure a lot of people that is listening or that would listen to this would be curious.
I'm expecting messages.
Yes, we'll be curious to want to make it a gender thing, and we want to. Our guest is always available. So Thank you so much. Thank you everybody, to our listeners, and so we've come to today's podcast. Don't forget, this is your favorite podcasters, Sam and Ben.
Yo.
Always stay with us on Bro Talk with Sam and
Ben.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.